Most people hate rules when it comes to life, but when it comes to fat loss, you should absolutely fall in love with a system of rules. They're going to guide and guarantee your fat loss journey. I lost 65 pounds about 20 years ago, and I did all the things that anyone could possibly do wrong. I made all the mistakes. And so today's video, I want to show you how I've corrected them. And then over the past 15 years, how I've helped over 7,500 paying customers come through our transformation system and ultimately make what we call a permanent transformation. Now, there's rules to this game, starting with rule number one. And we're going to start with something that most people don't talk about, and that is you got to get skin in the game. You got to have something on the line. If you have nothing to lose, your emotional brain is going to override the things that you need to do logically. Let me explain what I mean, because that probably didn't make any sense to a lot of you. What I mean is we have priorities in life. We're professionals with busy schedules and families and things that need to get done. So we find that we don't prioritize ourselves for long stretches of time before one day waking up and looking in the mirror and going, oh my gosh, I've gained 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, heck, even 50, 60, 70 pounds of weight that we didn't have when we were in high school or in our 20s or whatever. Now that we're older, we've gained all this weight. And we don't know how it happened necessarily, even though we do know logically, well, I just ate too much, didn't work out enough. The real problem is we have no skin in the game with our health. We have so many things that we think should be priority over those things, which are our home, our families, our careers, our spouse, right? And sure, those things are extremely important, but what if our health isn't there? What if we don't have the body that we want? What if we don't have longevity? What if we don't have energy? These are the things that we got to start thinking about. So in order to prioritize your health, you have to have something on the line. It's not enough to just be like, all right, I'm going to watch a YouTube video like this one, follow what this guy Josiah says. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He's helped a lot of guys, like the one in the thumbnail, this guy Joel, who lost 60 plus pounds in his program. I'm just going to follow what he says. Eventually, the things that you have skin in the game with will override your health. So how do you get skin in the game? Well, the easiest way is to invest in something to keep you accountable so that you don't want to lose the money, you don't want to lose the time invested, and you got somebody or people virtually or even heck in person sometimes knocking on your door saying, hey, dude, where are you? What are you doing? Are you being accountable? Are you doing what you said you're going to do? So in other words, stop spending so much money on cars, homes, clothes, travel, toys, whatever the heck you're buying with your income, and put some money in your health. That's rule number one. I have yet to meet someone who is extremely healthy, extremely fit, extremely dedicated to their health that isn't 100% dialed in with getting skin in the game. So huge. Now, the second rule that we must follow is we have to move from a sedentary lifestyle to a movement-based lifestyle. What do I mean by this? Well, inside of this whole early program that I put together for guys who are just looking to get started, we call it 72 hours. In fact, I'll happily hook you up with the day one version of the program. If you comment day one below, I'm going to explain a whole system about how this is really, really important. Your first 72 hours are extremely important. Part of that is a buy-in to this whole movement-based lifestyle. All right. We sit way too much as human beings. In fact, I'm sitting right now recording this video, so I feel like a hypocrite because I should be moving around. I should take my phone out and I should just walk around my neighborhood and film this YouTube video so that I move more. So I'm burning more calories. This doesn't have to be intense exercise or intense movement. I'm not asking you to go ruck or, wear a weight vest and walk around your neighborhood, even though that could be a really good fat loss strategy at some point. What I'm asking you to do is just simply move more when given the opportunity. If you're on a call, walk around. If you're at your kid's sports practice, pace up and down the sideline instead of sitting in your little chair on your phone. Move whenever possible. This is going to burn more calories. I wish I would have known this back when I lost 65 pounds, man. Oh my gosh. Life would be crazy different. Well, at least it would have been less hard back then to lose fat. I thought I had to go to the gym twice a day. I thought I had to be on the treadmill or the step mill or some kind of machine to burn fat when I could have just walked around more during my day. I remember sitting at my desk back then for hours doing things that I could have done while walking around, meetings, phone calls, all sorts of stuff. So move more. My general recommendation for guys is if you're not hitting at least 8 to 10,000 steps a day, get to that point. Get to that point as soon as you can. All right. Now, I alluded to this whole 72 hours concept, which is rule number 3. We have to buckle down and create momentum. That is rule number 3. You must create momentum. How do we do this? Well, I put together a program. It's a really strong starting point for a lot of guys. It's called 72 hours, but that costs something. So I want to give you something for free today. I want to give you the first day of my 72-hour protocol. So comment day 1 on this video if you want that protocol. Now, the protocol itself is designed to get you from feeling stuck, unmotivated, lacking discipline, not focused, to on the path to getting in shape as quickly as possible. And also in the least amount of pain as possible. I want it to be simple. I want it to be easy to implement. And I want you to have a game plan that gets you rolling, because I've found with working with so many guys over the past 20 plus years now, the first 3 days are the hardest for a lot of guys to get started, right? Day 1 can be a little bit easier because you're motivated, but day 2, it's like day 3, life just starts hitting you and you're like, man, I said now is the right time, but I find myself struggling to get started. Why is that? Well, because it's the start of something new, right? It's the start of a new chapter. You're so used to your routine of eating what you want, sleeping when you want, working out pretty much never, sitting at your desk, right? Eating whatever anybody in the office wants to eat or anybody at home wants to eat. You're starting to shift things. You're also starting to think about things. You're starting to go, man, am I eating the right amounts of food? Is my training program dialed in? Do I have the system built, right? So I want to take care of the first day for you, because the first day is, in my opinion, one of the most important. I think, though, the first 72 hours is really where the magic happens, because once you hit that 3-day mark and you've woken up for 3 days in a row going, man, I hit my targets. Man, I'm on track. All of a sudden, things shift in your mind. You go, oh, I don't want to lose this anymore. Like, I don't want to go back to where I don't want to go back to square one, man. I'm 3 days in. I'm 3 stops ahead of where I was. I don't want to go back. And so now the mindset shifts from I'm all in on this versus, man, how do I get into this? That's that early stage thought process that oftentimes feels really hard, but I can promise you it gets so much easier. All right. So the first 3 days, you got to lock in. All right. Rule number 4. This is with nutrition. Nutrition is everybody's Achilles heel. Everybody always says like it's 80% nutrition, whatever. Like, people throw around percentages as to how important food is in your fat loss program. And it's very important, obviously. Let me simplify it for you, though. I've put together what we call the Effortless Shred, and I'll give it to you for free as part of the day 1 protocol I mentioned. If you comment day 1, I'll send that over to you. If you want the Effortless Shred, that's also a training that I actually give you as a bonus inside that freebie. So you're getting a freebie and a bonus for free inside the freebie. It's crazy. So it's going to get you started. The Effortless Shred is a system that allows you to dial in your nutrition without having to track calories. Do calories matter? Of course. Like, they are the number one thing. You have to manage your calories if you want to lose fat. You also need to manage your protein if you want to look good. But how do we do that as busy professionals who, let's face it, we don't necessarily always want to make the time to sit there and measure out our food? Well, inside of our coaching program, we actually have built systems to where our clients are actually going to be able to take pictures of their food and send them to us, and we'll tell them exactly how many calories are in it without them having to worry about tracking it themselves. It's pretty cutting edge stuff. If you want to learn more about our actual coaching, like high level, all in, super serious program for people who are determined to make a change, then you can check out the links in the description below. Nonetheless, tracking calories can be a pain in the butt for some people. I'm not going to sit here and lecture you about you need to make time for this. You need to learn this. If you have the time. Only you know that. I believe you probably do, but I still want to give you a system to where you don't actually have to weigh out your food. All right. So that's called the Effortless Shred. If you want a copy of that, just comment Shred. All of these resources I'm going to give you inside of our free coaching community. It's our True Transformation community. And it's built on the principles I'm sharing with you today. But you have to have a system with your nutrition, no matter what, whether it's tracking all your calories, tracking your macros, or our Effortless Shred system where you're just looking at a plate and portions and picking foods that honestly are going to be hard to overeat. Or it could be just having your meal rotation system, which is something we teach you inside of our coaching program, where you have meals that you enjoy that could be at restaurants, it could be at home, that you just put on rotation. Like you're eating 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 meals all the time, same ones all the time that taste good, they're easy to put together, and they actually are effective. They actually help you drop body fat. Either way, the system itself is the whole point here. You have to have a nutrition system. This is rule number 4, that you follow religiously. All right, religiously. Now, what's the last rule of the game? For me, the simple way of approaching nutrition, fitness, workouts, all this stuff is this. What I do in the gym is more for longevity. Okay, it's more for how I'm going to look. It's looks and longevity. That's like, it's a great little soundbite there. What I do in the gym is for looks and longevity. What I mean by that is the gym is for building muscle, keeping my physique looking athletic, training for strength, training for to age well, so I don't hurt myself, fall down when I'm 74, break something, and then I'm really struggling the rest of my life. I'm training to fight the aging process. What I'm not there to do is burn a ton of calories. Okay, I'm not going to the gym going, how many calories can I burn today? Let me just blast through this cardio, this circuit. Like, hey, if that's how you want to train, go for it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it if that's what you love. What I'm here to tell you, though, is what you do outside the gym is really going to influence how much body fat you carry. So what you eat, how much you move, how much you sleep, your stress levels, all of that is going to influence how much body fat you carry versus the gym, which is really going to influence how you look, meaning how much muscle you carry, your posture, and how you age, your longevity. All right. So keep the gym for looks and longevity. Keep outside the gym for losing body fat. That is a super simple and effective way of looking at things. And it's part of what we teach inside of our coaching program. But if you want day one, just like day one, I want to start off the right foot, comment day one on this video, and I will send you over a link to get the full day one system along with the effortless shred, which is a little bonus that I build into that, which I think you'll absolutely love. So I'll get that over to you. And the next step from here is to watch this video. This is your next step. Go check out the next video because it's going to continue to build all the things that I know are going to lead to permanent transformation, which is what we do inside of our True Transformation System, which you can learn about in the description below. If you're interested in that, check that one out and then go to this next video and I will see you over there. Life moves fast, make it count.